Throwback to the 1st of June 2022. Good morning, everyone. I just got off at Eailing Broadway station, and it is now 7 minutes past 10. This Christ the Savior was not on my list, but I saw those beautiful plants, and I kind of want to take a photo here. I decided to go to the inside of the church because I'm walking past it. Oh wow, there's a beautiful quote here. Make life go with a swing and a smile. Laugh at trouble and sing all the while. Now count your blessings and smile. I think I'm gonna take a photo. So this is the Eailing Town Hall. Let me see if I can go inside. So it is not open for visitors. And I have arrived at the Walpole Park. And I feel like this pond is actually the prettiest part. And I'm just gonna use my tripod to take a photo. Okay, I think I'm gonna fly my drone here because there's no dogs around here. And in this drone clip, I will be telling you about why Walpole Park is called Walpole Park. Walpole Park is named after Sir Spencer Walpole, who sold it to Eailing UDC in 1899. The 12-hectare Great Two Park in West London is included in the English Heritage Register and contains an ornamental bridge remodeled to and designed by Soane, a pond on whose banks he sat and fished with his friend Turner the painter. The original house and grounds were bought and renovated by Soane, the celebrity architect. During the 19th century, the estate passed into the Percival Walpole family, and in 1899, Sir Spencer Walpole sold it for £40,000. It was opened to the public in 1901. The borough surveyor Charles Jones, who negotiated the sale, is commemorated in the plaque. Jones designed the tree-lined avenues, paths, and flowers. And this Pitzhanger Manor house was purchased by John Soane because he wanted it to be his own country villa, and he demolished the most of the existing manor in 1768. He created his own home, using it as a showcase for his imaginative style of architecture, with its references to classical details and innovative use of light and space. And that is all the time I've got to tell you about the history of Walpole Park. There is a pond here. This is the first time I've seen a disabled dog. Finally found a photo-taking spot with the pine family trees. Realized I didn't take the photo in the end. Oh, there is another pond here. So I'm back at the start and I realized there's a rustic bridge here. I might try and take a photo. So there's a beautiful small garden here, and also it just started to rain, so I'm gonna go inside the gallery now. And there are also some beautiful Mediterranean birds here. Just took one last photo. The gallery are showing works of Rana Begum. It would be nice if there was some explanation. Like, to me, this just seems like a rock climbing center, and then I have no idea what those are. But I think this is kind of like the most Instagrammable, I guess. Actually, it's not that Instagram. I feel like this is more Instagrammable. This painting is really colorful. I'm gonna take a photo here. So the staff at the front door told me this was Sir John Soane's breakfast room, So basically, at the weekend, he would walk here for 9 miles from his Lincoln home to invite his friends and for dinner. There's a trophy here, and it showed the bridge that Soane designed, which helped fund his travels. And in his travels, he studied the Temple of Vesta, and then he also went to the top of Mount Vesuvius, which I just googled. It's actually in Italy. I just saw this mirror and I thought it would be a good photo taking spot. So this was Soane's reading room, right opposite to the breakfast room. And there's some books here as well. Some of Rana Begin's artwork is here. So I think the reason why Soane bought the house is because he wanted to have a place for all his artwork collections. And he also wanted to be away from London because Eailing used to be an outside area. So Soane used to live in Chelsea. This is Sir John Soane's dressing room, and it is so beautiful. There's actually a room here showing some Kuwait stone, and they actually let me touch it, but I won't touch it. So this wheel used to be like this, and Soane would bring his guests up after the dinner to admire this view. So there's a timeline of Pitzhanger here, and I learned that it had 28 acres and 4,500 pounds spent. And also, the garden was actually designed by John Haverfield. And then in 1810, he sold Pitzhanger to General Cameron because his wife's health was declining. On this side, I learned that the council turned the manor into a public library in 1900s. And this manor opened as a museum in 1987. However, it closed and then reopened in 2019. And I think this is Soane's bedroom. I think this must be the entertainment room because there is a square piano over here. And I learned that it was designed by John Broadwood, and it was made popular in the 19th century. So this is where Sir John Soane would have dinner with his friends. So these are all of John Soane's friends' names. So this is what would be served throughout the day. So this was the monk's dining room, and there are loads of sculptures over here for some reason. I think this must be the conservatory that Sir John Soane designed. I was just reading this newspaper, and I learned that the first time Sir John Soane had dinner here was in 1804, and back then this place had no coffee shops. Everything you see today did not exist, and it was just a piece of grassland. Rana Begum is really prestigious because she actually has her work featured in countries like San Francisco, Shanghai, Stockholm, New York, Mumbai, Berlin, and Paris. And she also recently got elected to the Royal Academy. So I went into a restaurant called Rosa's, and I ordered this chicken satay, and there's some vegetables because it's now 20 to 3. So I need to have some food. And I have arrived at the Hanger Hill Park. There's some iris and Alice flowers here. I think I'm gonna take photos. There's a trail here, and it leads to the golf course, but I've seen too many golf courses now, so I'm just gonna walk around the park. Oh, there is a pavilion here. I feel like this would be a good spot to fly my drone and find out why Hanger Lane is called Hanger Lane. The area's name arises from Hangra, meaning a wooded slope in Old English. In November 1905, Eailing Town Council gave approval for expenditure of £4,600 for a sewage system and £4,400 for purchase of land at Hanger Hill. This was the result of an application made by the owner of the land for drainage works to be carried out to provide for the houses he wished to develop. The council initially was not prepared to accede to this in advance of the houses being built, but then made a proposal that they would undertake these sewage works, costing £9,000 in return for conveyance of a piece of land valued at £4,400 in order to create a recreation ground. One councillor opposed the scheme on the grounds of upkeep costs and also claiming another recreation ground was unnecessary since there were two parks in the borough, either of which would hold the entire population of Eailing. However, by 1907, the new park was fenced with iron railings and had entrance gates, paths formed, seats provided, and shrubbery borders completed. The council's review of 1907 reported that many people have taken advantage of the glorious view to be obtained from this. The park included a fragment of oak woodland to the west. It is a dramatic sight with fine views. Leylandia are dotted over the slopes of some good horse chestnuts and oaks on the grassland. There are ornamental shrubs along the walks with holy yew, barberries, and magnolia. And that's all the time I've got to tell you about the history of this park. And I am back at the start. So now I'm gonna go to North Acton playing field. I have arrived at North Acton playing field. There's a beautiful garden here, but unfortunately there are two people shoveling here, so I don't think I'll fly my drone here. I have arrived at the Wormwood Scrubs, and I learned that there was a Wormwood Scrub Act in 1879, which allowed this to become a local nature reserve. So I'm gonna fly my drone here because I remember when I was in Holland Park, someone was telling me about this Wormwood Scrub, and they said, yes, you can fly your drone there. I think this is the actual place where we can fly our drone. Wormwood Scrub was first recorded in the late 12th century as Wormholt, then Wormholt Wood, and the name derived from the Old English words rim and holt, probably indicating a thicket or wood infested by snakes rather than ordinary worms. The wasteland created by the felling of trees had poor soil that was suitable only for grazing. Wormholt Scrubs, meaning an area of stunted trees and brushwood, formerly stretched north as far as the Harrow Road. In 1801, the Paddington branch of the Grand Junction, now Grand Union Canal, cut off the northern section, which by that time had been mostly enclosed. From the late 1830s, railway lines detached other parts of the common, except for an area to the east known as the Little Scrubs. After 1859, volunteer forces conducted rifle shooting exercises, and in 1879, The Wormwood Scrubs Act formally created a metropolitan exercising ground, but also made the space available for perpetual use by the inhabitants of the metropolis for exercise and recreation when not in military use. Wormwood Scrubs Prison was built using convict labor to the designs of penal reformer Sir Edmund Duquesne. The prison replaced Millbank Penitentiary and opened in stages from 1874 onwards. A model institution at the time of its creation, and subsequently gaining a reputation for low standards. And that's all the time I've got to tell you about this Wormwood Scrubs. Hope you enjoyed listening. As I was leaving, I saw these really beautiful hawkweed plants, so I took a photo of them. Because when I took off, my drone was already on like 26%, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna finish flying my drone here. So that's why today you only get to see 2 video drone clips, but I'm really happy with the photos that I've got here. And I have arrived at Acton Park, and there's a skate park here as well as a children's playground. There's a tennis court here. When I saw this object from far away, not gonna lie, I thought it was like a photo taking spot, but now I realize it's actually for you to exercise. There's a garden here full of mint plants and olives, and there's also another garden over there. Oh, there's even a mini golf here. There's also a garden full of monocots and spurges here. The reason why I didn't go in is because they actually close at 7, but this is kind of what it looks like if you guys want to book it on putintheshack.com. So this monument is designed for a leader of the rebellion of 1715, and he was unfortunately beheaded at Tower Hill. I'm back at the start because I can see the skate park and the children's playground. So I'm gonna go to Churchfield Road. I have arrived at Churchfield Road. I think it's just a place for me to have dinner, so I might go in here after. So I ordered this chicken butter, and I am in an Indian cuisine restaurant. And I have arrived at the last destination of today. This is the Team Sport Go-Kart Team. It is the #1 indoor karting center in the UK. There's no one here. Is it closed? So they said their last booking has just gone into the briefing room, so I'm too late. It's like 9:20, but they said I can watch it. This is how I would have played it if I was here earlier. I'm just gonna watch it and pretend that I have played it. I'm gonna end this vlog here because the sunset time was 24 minutes ago, so hopefully by the time I get out, there's still a little like left for me to walk to the bus stop. And I hope you enjoyed the vlog. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, like, share it with your friends, and let me know down in the comment section below if we actually ended up going to any of these places because of one vlog. And I'll see you all with another traveling vlog or music related video.